Criminal. 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 That word still echoes in my head. My neighbor screamed it every single morning like she was watching me rob a bank. But I wasn't stealing anything, I was just unlocking my own damn front door. And yet that moment, that accusation, it nearly destroyed my life. I'm Kevin Parker, 45, software architect. I work from home live pretty quietly. My wife, Julie, she's a night shift nurse, kind patient, the calm in my chaos. A month ago, we finally bought what I thought was our dream house corner lot, no HOA, peace, privacy. I picked this place precisely to avoid the kind of neighborhood drama that ruins lives. And then Victoria White happened. She's 52, wears power suits like armor, the president of the HOA across the street. Clipboard badge, the whole suburban sheriff vibe. The kind of person who'd measure your grass with a ruler and report you for breathing too loud after 9 p.m. I thought I was safe, non-HOA zone. Remember? Turns out boundaries mean nothing when paranoia wears pearls. It started small. One Monday evening I found a brass key in my mailbox, heavy old-fashioned like something from an antique chest. No note, no explanation. Weird, right? I turn it over in my hand. It's warm, almost like it's alive. Curiosity wins, so I walk to my door and think, why not? Let's see if it fits. The key slides in perfectly, too perfectly. The lock turns like butter, and before I can even process that eerie coincidence, I hear it. Criminal, stop, you're breaking into someone's house. I spin around. Victoria is sprinting across her lawn like she's tackling a fugitive. She's shaking, crying, yelling at me to drop the key. Lady, this is my house, I shout back, holding up my mortgage papers like that proves anything. But she's trembling, staring at the brass key in my hand with pure horror. It's back, she whispers. It found me again. Before I can ask what the hell that means, a teenage boy appears from her garage. Tall, calm, too calm. Mom, it's okay, he says gently. He's just a neighbor. His voice is like medicine, instantly soothing her. This is Tyler, her 17-year-old son. And the way he handles her panic, it's unnerving. Professional, rehearsed. He tells me quietly, that key triggers my mom's trauma, family stuff. Could you maybe put it away? So I pocket it, feeling like the villain in someone else's nightmare. He gives me this polite smile. Welcome to the neighborhood, Mr. Parker. Hope you enjoy staying here. Staying? The way he says it, like he knows I won't be here long, sends a chill through me. The next morning I wake up to chaos outside. 3 vehicles, people in uniforms, clipboards, measuring tools. I sip my coffee thinking gas leak or construction. Nope. They're here for me. Victoria's marching in front like a general leading troops. Mandatory compliance review, she announces, as if she's FBI. I'm not part of your HOA, I say. She doesn't blink. Suspicious activity supersedes individual consent. What? They start measuring my lawn, taking photos of my mailbox, my front door. Unauthorized door access pattern, she writes down. I actually laugh out loud. You mean using my door? Neighbors gather, filming, whispering. Tyler's recording everything methodical like a documentary filmmaker. I'm fined $900 for grass mailbox and door access. Julie comes home that night and finds me pacing. You can't reason with crazy, I tell her. She frowns. Maybe it's not just her Kev. That kid, he's too composed. I brush it off, try to sleep, but something about Tyler's blank calm won't leave me. By midweek, Tyler knocks on my door, backpack in hand, serious face. Mr. Parker, we need to talk. My mom's planning legal escalation. He shows me documents, official-looking HOA protocols, even a property seizure clause. She's trying to take my house, I ask, stunned. It's about safety, he says. He tells me his dad's a lawyer, Robert Miller. Divorce trauma control issues, the works. You should talk to him, Tyler suggests. He helps people understand Mom. So I do. Robert Miller's office looks like a courtroom trophy case, mahogany plaques, photos with judges. He's charming, articulate, full of empathy. Says Victoria's control fantasies are a trauma response. He hands me evaluations, says she's been misusing HOA power for years. He even offers legal strategy to de-escalate compassionately. Finally, someone rational. I start feeling empowered again. Maybe I can fix this. Maybe Victoria's just sick and I can help her heal by standing firm. Tyler offers to format my documents for presentation. Mom responds better to visuals, he says, ever the perfect son. He helps me create a polished slideshow exposing her overreach. I actually thank him. But Julie doesn't trust it. Kev, that kid knows too much, she warns. He talks like an adult managing a case. I laugh it off until I catch Tyler writing late at night, not texting, not gaming, just writing. Focused, precise, like a scientist logging data. Then a text pops up on my phone from an unknown number. Check your property deed tonight before it's too late. It disappears seconds later. Julie and I dig out the papers. Our deed says 1248 Maple Street. I stare at it, my brain refusing to compute. Julie, I whisper, we've been living at 1247. My blood runs cold. 3 weeks of going home to the wrong house. Every time I unlocked that door, every time I told Victoria she was crazy, I was the intruder. I'd been living in her HOA house while my actual non-HOA home sat across the street. When I step into 1248, my real house, the brass key slides in perfectly. It was never coincidence, it was truth. And right then, Tyler walks up, laptop in hand, smiling like a magician, revealing the final trick. Congratulations, Mr. Parker. You found your real home. He opens his laptop. Footage floods the screen. 3 weeks of me unlocking Victoria's door, entering her home, moving through her kitchen, living my life inside her nightmare. You've been trespassing daily, he says calmly. Mom wasn't crazy. She was protecting herself. Neighbors gather again, watching the footage projected onto his screen. Gasps, whispers, stares. I'm frozen hollow. Then Tyler turns to the crowd. My mother was right all along. This man broke into her home. Every day. The humiliation is nuclear. But the horror deepens when Tyler's demeanor shifts. His eyes harden. His voice drops. Mom's control issues made her weak, he says quietly to me. Dad taught me that love means control. I realize this kid isn't a victim. He's an apprentice. Tyler opens a folder labeled Phase 2. Inside, psychological reports, manipulated recordings, community statements, evidence painting his mother as unstable. Dad trained me, he says, pride flickering in his eyes. Phase 1 was triggering her trauma. Phase 2, using you as proof she's unfit. You were the perfect weapon. My stomach turns. You used me, I whisper. You used everyone. He nods. Mom's weakness endangered the family. We had to break her. He pulls out a small wooden box. Inside, letters, jewelry, childhood photos. Her memory box, he explains. Each time she seemed stable, I left one of Grandma's letters out where she'd see it. Emotional regression guaranteed. I feel sick. Tyler speaks about tormenting his mother the way others discuss science projects. Dad says weak people cling to the past, he adds. We're teaching her to let go. When I tell him this is abuse, not therapy, he just smiles. Courts don't see emotion, they see evidence. I run to Julie, voice shaking. They're using me to destroy her. We spend all night gathering Tyler's recording screenshots, the files he showed off so proudly. By dawn, I've made my choice. I walk straight to Victoria's door, her real door this time, and tell her everything. About the brass key, about Robert, about Tyler's manipulation. At first, she just stares, expression blank. Then tears start falling as I show her video clips, his confession, the phase plan. She whispers, he made me relive my mother's death, just to keep me broken. We take it all to the HOA meeting that evening. Packed room. Tyler's there, standing calm and polished like always. I plug in my laptop and press play. His own recordings fill the speakers, his voice describing trigger conditioning, community weaponization, emotional destabilization. The crowd goes dead silent. Victoria looks at her son, eyes full of heartbreak. You were supposed to protect me, she says softly. Tyler just stares. Dad taught me protection means control. The police arrive minutes later, right as Tyler's father storms in demanding his client's privacy. But this time, no one's buying it. Officers lead Robert away for evidence tampering, child abuse, and conspiracy. Tyler's sent to juvenile rehab. The brass key bagged as evidence finally loses its power. I thought that was the end. 6 months later, I wave at Victoria from my actual porch. Her garden's blooming again. She smiles, fragile but free. But that night, Julie finds something on our doorstep wrapped in tissue paper. A brass key, with a note. Some lessons never end. A friend. I locked the door twice that night, and realized, sometimes in the suburbs, the scariest monsters aren't the ones breaking in. They're the ones who convince you you're safe.